I'm Meg.
And I'm Rae.
And we are MEG-A-RAE.
We are going to talk about well, it's not really a new genre, but it's a new label for a genre that I guess had never really been labeled before, or maybe they tried to label it before and it didn't really work out so well, it didn't catch on. But this one is now in the news a little bit. I've read it in a few different places, and so today we're going to talk about the new adult genre. Basically, this genre relates to the 18 to 25-year-old demographic. The characters in the books are kind of that age range, and one of the key factors of this new genre, or at least what they're saying is one of the key factors, is the fact that there's a lot more dirty in it. And that's not exactly what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about today we're going to talk about books that really fit that specific age range and how they can kind of differ in where we have them in the library. So Meg, would you like to start off with your title?
I will. I am going to review Pure. Some of you might remember a couple episodes back me mentioning Pure and talking about it. But Pure kind of goes right into that new genre. The ages aren't really specified in the book, but just because that it's in the adult section, I'm going to go on that they're probably early college students, roughly. Our protagonist, who is the female, her name is Prussia, and she is in this dystopian world. She was a baby when the detonators went off, and now she lives with her grandfather in this barbershop, which I imagine is like New York City. And there's this dome, though, that's this special dome where the peers are in, and the peers are the people who survived the detonators, and so they don't have any scars on them, they're not dirty, they're pure. And the person that runs this dome, or is an influential person that runs the dome, his son is named Partridge, and he learns in the book that his mother might still be alive, and she might be wandering outside of the dome. So he escapes out of the dome in search of his mother, and when him and Partridge meet up, their worlds collide, and it gets very interesting fast.
So is Prussia outside the dome?
Prussia is not up here. She's outside of the dome, which means that she's scarred, dirty, she didn't make it to the dome.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, interesting. That's a cool take on the dystopian post-apocalyptic genre.
It is. And there are these people who will come kind of, I would think kind of towards the middle of the night, but everything's dark in this world. But I would think they come during the night and they capture these people, the non-pures. And it's kind of no one really knows what happens to those people, but they have their own ideas, and they're not happy ideas.
Ooh, that sounds really interesting.
Yeah.
So I'm going to talk about a book that we have in the teen section. This one's actually a Rosie nominated book for this year, for 2012 to 2013, and it's called Hold Me Closer, Necromancer, which I give it points just for the title alone. It's brilliant. The sequel just recently came out, which is Necromancing the Stone, one of my favorite 80s movies. It's awesome. And this is the story of Sam. He is probably around 19 or 20. He did some time at college, like a first year or so, and dropped out. He's never really felt completely like he fit in anywhere, but he just kind of goes along with life, and he and his friends work together at a fast food joint. And one night, he and a couple of his coworkers are out in the back kind of messing around playing potato hockey and ding this really fancy car. And a few hours later, the guy comes in, the fancy car guy, and gets real upset. And for somehow Sam was kind of already hiding under a table. I don't remember exactly how that worked, but he was under there, and he, for whatever reason, felt like he needed to hide from this person because this person kind of had some nasty juju going on. And the guy finds him. And it turns out that Sam is a necromancer. He can talk to the dead, see the dead, affect the dead. And so is Crazy Rich Dude, whose name is Douglas. Now, Crazy Rich Dude is crazy and powerful and likes to take powers from other people and likes to hoard it and be more powerful. And so he's a bad guy. But he wants to apprentice Sam. So in the process, Sam is like, you're kind of creeping me out. I don't want anything to do with you. And so Douglas takes the girl who Sam works with, cuts off her head, puts it in a box, and leaves it on Sam's doorstep.
That's nice.
So that sounds like really, really horrifying, except Bridget, I'm pretty sure her name's Bridget. Well, she starts talking to Sam once the box is open, and she's like, can you get me out of here? It's kind of stuffy. So,
well, I would assume so.
Well, I guess when you're a necromancer, you can do weird things like that.
I guess.
So this is the process of Sam trying to keep away from Douglas, getting kidnapped by Douglas, trying to escape from Douglas, some various magical power struggles, and Sam basically trying to help his head or bodiless friend out and figure out what kind of powers he has and everything else. So this book has, the characters are a bit older. There might be an adult scene or so, but it's not the graphic nature that you would expect from maybe some of like the adult romance novels.
Yeah.
However, it's a lot of fun, and I highly recommend this book. It is full of humor and snark, and never gets overly dark for all that they're necromancers talking to the dead. So that is what I have for today.
And I forgot to say, Juliana Baggett is the author of this series, and it is a series. The next one is coming out this year. And I'm sorry, Juliana, if you're listening, but I forget the title of the new book that's coming out this year. But you can check it out online, and I'm sure you can find it there.
Very cool. So, new adult, it's not just for teens,
No.
It's not just for adults, and it's not just for the 18 to 25 age range. But just kind of keep that in mind if you hear that in the news or you're browsing some magazines and see that, that's what it is. So have a nice day. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.